I'm April.
And I'm Caroline. And this is your Bloody Happy Hour.
Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we're about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody Happy Hour. Hey, people.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkahs?
And Ramadan and Kwanzaa and all the things.
All of the things. We got a quickie for you today because we know that you have a busy schedule. You got to open gifts. You got to hang out with your family. You got to eat food. You got to do, well, I don't know what you have to do, but you got to do it all. So we're going to go through 12 murders of Christmas.
Yes.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love. Okay.
So we have 12 murders of Christmas for you guys.
For your first murder, we have the Who Lover murders, 2002 in Middleton, Pennsylvania. So on Christmas Eve in 2002, Ernest R. Wholever Jr. broke into his former home with the help from his brother after being prohibited entry from the courts after being charged with sexual offenses involving molestation of his own daughters,
Ooh.
Victoria, who was 20 years old, and Elizabeth, who was 15 years old. He had been evicted after his wife Jean obtained an order under the Protection from Abuse Act. And although this was prevented him from purchasing, possessing, and carrying firearms, this didn't stop him from using one to slay his own family.
Oh my goodness.
His brother waited about a block away and acted as a lookout as Ernest approached the house and cut the telephone wires and forcibly entered the home. He shot his wife Jean, two daughters, Victoria and Elizabeth. He left Victoria's infant daughter unharmed. Days later, Wholever was arrested and charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. His brother who aided him, Scott Wholever, also acted as a Commonwealth witness aiding the prosecution. Ernest Wholever, who sat on death row since 2004, while his brother was sentenced to serve 15 to 25 years.
I feel like that's still not enough. You read that so good. Were you in UIL?
Maybe.
Reading?
Definitely not.
Oral reading UIL. All right, I got a Texas Christmas massacre for you. 2011, and this is Grapevine, y'all. Another Santa Claus tainted Christmas for another family in 2011 in Texas. Aziz Yazpandaha. In the same manner of Bruce Pardo, we just talked about him, knocked on his estranged wife's door on Christmas, dressed in a Santa Claus suit, and as the family was in the middle of opening presents, he opened fire on his family. He killed his wife, Fatima, their 14-year-old son, Ali, and their 19-year-old daughter, Nona. Also victims to his rage were his wife's sister, Zoraya, that's probably not right, her husband, Muhammad, and their 22-year-old daughter, Sahara Desert. I don't know. At some point before all the slayings finished taking place, someone had called 911 from inside the apartment. Okay, so after spreading bloodshed and committing the murders, Yazda Parana committed suicide. When the family was found dead by the police that Christmas morning, wrapping paper lay scattered throughout with opened and unopened presents splattered in blood. Can you imagine that crime scene? To add the chill to the tragedy, the last text Sarah would send would be to her boyfriend, just as her uncle had shown up, expressing annoyance at him doing so, and his Santa ensemble saying now he wants to be all fatherly and win Father of the Year because he fucked up before. Oh, she was about that life. She was mad at her daddy.
Crime number 3. We have Body hidden beneath Christmas presents, 2011 in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm not surprised. Michelle O'Dowd, who's 67, never imagined that her giving and welcoming spirit would be what would lead to her death when she offered her friend Patty Michelle White, 41 years old, a place to stay after she found herself homeless. By early December 2011, somehow the friendship had gone awry and things had begun to sour between the two. O'Dowd's twin brother was always suspicious of White and grew concerned when she failed to show up